Hello friends, welcome to Groom with Charlie. So now when the first video is out of the way, I'm back with the second video as promised. So what we're going to talk about today? Today we are going to talk about kidneys and bodybuilding or fitness training or anything which concerns lifting weights and eating protein. So before we move any further into this video, I would like to tell you two things. First, if you hear that you need to drink 1 gallon of water, you are just partially right, because 1 gallon of water isn't needed, 5 to 6 liters is enough. And if somebody tells you to have 2 grams of protein per pound of body weight when you're working out, that person is literally BSing you. That's completely BS. So now let's move on. How much protein? First, let's start off with the fact that how much protein do you actually need? Firstly, let me get a bit calculative and get into the world of maths. Suppose you weigh 90 kgs. Okay, for example, you weigh 90 kgs and you have 10% of body fat. In that case, your muscle mass entails to around, just remove 9 kgs, you get 81 kgs. And if you're working out heavy and you are like into proper fitness training or bodybuilding, you need around 2 kgs and 2 gram per kg of muscle mass. That means you need 162 gram, maximum you can go up to 165 to 170. You need that much of protein, which sounds pretty less, I guess, and it does. Many people would tell you that if you weigh 90 kgs, you need to have around 270 grams of protein. It's not right. Don't trust them. And there is a reason to that. I will tell you. Because I have faced issues myself. When I started working out 3 years back, I already had certain kidney related issues bothering me for the past 23 years. When I was 1 year old, I was detected of something called nephrotic syndrome. So the disease last relapsed when I was 23 years old. By the way, I'm 26 now. So the disease last relapsed when I was 23 years old. And after that, I thought everything is fine. I can work out again. I can take a lot of protein, as many people say. It was more of a bro science thing. I started working out. I used to weigh around 52-53 kgs at that time. I started taking about 150 grams of protein daily. I had to have 300 grams of chicken, whey protein, and everything. And there was a time when my protein started coming out of the body in the form of urine, via urine. And this is what will happen to a lot of you guys who don't come out in open regarding all these things. Once you go to the washroom, you see frothy urine, or I would say smelly urine, like it smells like ammonia. That means your urine has excess amounts of protein in it. And that might, in the long run, result in something called proteinuria, which you all should be wary of. Proteinuria, just get that term. I will be mentioning a few links in the description box so you can check for further reference. Proteinuria is common among bodybuilders. Frothy urine, smelly urine. This is what proteinuria is all about. So, okay, proteinuria, the protein is running out of my body in form of urine. What will it lead to? You might have noticed, many of you might have noticed, there is swelling over your eyes, cheeks, feet, abdominal areas. That is called edema. When your body releases protein via urine, you tend to retain a lot of water. That is known as water retention in places where there is a subcutaneous layer of fat. Here, even in the feet, there is a layer of fat or even muscle. So that area tends to swell up. And to reduce that, doctors offer diuretics, in the form of Lasix, where you urinate. Lasix, by the way, Lasix is something which is also used by bodybuilders before competition, which is not safe, but it's very effective. But what if Lasix can help you only this much? They can just minimize a certain amount of water retention and edema, and your kidneys are still getting affected. Then you need to have certain steroids that are catabolic steroids, that are not like the proper injections or gear which you all would get excited on hearing. It's not like that. There are two things. When you get those catabolic steroids inside you, your muscle mass starts to deteriorate. You will become weak, you will become fatigued, and your kidneys will become weak. So, if you even recover and you again start your bodybuilding regime, there might be chances that you might get affected by the same disease. Okay, so this is for somebody who is having a kidney infection. For proper bodybuilders who are just working out, kidneys are fine, you get your urea and creatinine tested every month. If you take a lot of protein for a prolonged period of time, by the age of 40, when your kidneys become weaker, they can't filter that much of urine anymore. Kidney issues come up. I will be attaching a link, like there's a famous story about a bodybuilder. I don't recall his name at the moment, but there is a famous story like here, not exactly a bodybuilder, he was into sports. So naturally when you're into sports, you need to have a lot of protein. So he was detected of the disease which I had, that's nephrotic syndrome. And that is what resulted in his death. And few days back, you all must have heard the story of few Pakistani bodybuilders who died of kidney and other infections because their trainers misguided them. It's simple. It's not about trainer misguiding you. You need to know if you push excess amount of protein in your body, or you rather protein abuse, you are tend to suffer because your kidneys can only filter this much. Don't stretch your kidneys, don't push it to limits. Just if you keep your workout and if you keep your bodybuilding and protein intake in limit, you're fine. You don't need to have those 170, 200, 250 grams of protein which many bodybuilders say. Because many bodybuilders, well, international bodybuilders, they push in a lot of things, they are on gear. They will tell you, like, even few days back I was checking in a calculator for Rise and Grind program over bodybuilding.com. So I was seeing that the protein content for a normal individual of my height and my weight was around 298 grams. I was like spellbound. What the hell is that? 298 grams of protein per day. You must be joking. You don't need that. Half of that, 150, 160 would be enough for me, would be enough for a person of my size. And if you're slightly bigger, go up accordingly. Not an issue. So this is about protein. Now water. Your kidneys filter the water and the rest goes out. The minerals and other thing goes to your cells and the rest goes out in the form of urine. So drinking a lot of water will also pressurize your kidneys, the glomerulus, the filters which are there will also put pressure on your kidneys. Like for an example, if there is a particular valve and if you are putting 1 liter of water, it sags a bit. If you put 10 liters at once, it will tear apart. So that is what, just visualize. So you should only drink water when you're thirsty, and you can increase that intake or that saturation level you can take up by drinking water in short bursts, not all at once. Like drink 300 ml at once, 400 ml at once, multiple number of times. So 6 liters is fine. You can push it up to 6, 6.5 if you are having creatine. So come back to creatine. Creatine also gets processed in your kidneys. So if you are taking creatine, be careful with it, cycle it accordingly. Take a month, take a week off, then take another month, then take a week off, then take 2 months off accordingly. So this is just an overview of the kidney issues which are lingering around. I will be covering each topic in detail in this channel, and we'll be discussing how kidneys are very important for your personal state of well-being. You need to hit that perfect concoction of fitness, strategy and looks in order to be a good looking person throughout the year. You just can't look good for a year, 2 years, 3 years, which many people do. And most importantly, you should keep your kidneys fine because they are the ones which will help you till the age of 50, 60, 70 as long as you survive with your bodybuilding goals and stuff. So what are the key takeaways? Don't abuse protein. Don't abuse water intake. Or rather take creatine strategically. These are the things. So I hope you guys take a note of all this, and tomorrow I will be covering the detailed channel overview and how this channel is going to function and what videos at what day of the week will be put up. So tomorrow will be a planning day for all of us, and let's hope the video resonates with everybody, and I wish you all the luck with your bodybuilding goals. Stay healthy.